Hello, my lovely Libras, and welcome back. My name's Ali, and I help people heal through tarot. This is your January 2023 reading. Let's get started with the energy that we are coming into the month. We have two major arcana immediately. The first card out is the World card. So today I'm just using the traditional Rider-Waite for your reading. And we have the final major arcana, the end of the Fool's journey, the World. Now this here is an ending and a beginning at the same time coming for you in January, which is very apt because it's the start of a new year and the end of an old year, of course. But this is the completion of a cycle. This is the angels and the world saying to you, well done, you have done it, you have completed the cycle. Now we have the symbols here, which for me talks about Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself. In my end is my beginning. And that's what you will be coming into in January. You feel as though something's ending and beginning at the same time. This is the end of a major cycle for you. Major arcana cards are more than a week, a month, a year. This is a major cycle ending in your life. For some of you, this is starting a new job. For some of you, this is going somewhere new. It's got a new energy to it. We also get the Seven of Wands in the upright. This is defensive energy. It's Leo energy. Come at me, I'm already ready. I dare you. I've got all my sticks prepared. I am ready for this. This is asking you to stand up for what you believe in. You are so close to finishing some type of cycle here, whether that's ending a job and starting a new one, ending a relationship and going into a new stage of your life, or a relationship going into a new stage. Something's definitely transitioning here massively. And the universe is asking you to stand up for what you believe in. Don't get sidetracked. Don't let other people's opinions get in your way. Don't be too defensive, okay? We always have that air of caution when it comes to the Seven of Wands, but it is in the upright. So the universe is saying, don't let your guard down, okay? This is not, oh, stop being so vulnerable or start being more trusting. It's like the opposite energy of that. Stand up and fight for what you believe in. You've probably worked really hard with this cycle. We get the Emperor, which is number 4, the number of stability. Now, this is a commitment. This is stepping up. The Emperor is someone who buckles down and gets things done. You have been working hard, or are working hard in January, to see something through, and you're trying to do it as fairly as possible. Now, the Emperor is Aries energy. So you could be dealing with an Aries here. There is a lot of fire on the table. This could also be a father figure. For some of you, this is a father figure in your life. I was going to say an adult figure, but most of us are adults. I'd like to think by the time I was 30, I'm an adult. But I still have an Emperor card, okay? So an Emperor is divine masculine figure who has some sort of control over your finances, over your ability to buckle down and commit to things. The universe might be asking you to stand up to that Emperor, okay? It's asking you to buckle down and get commitments done. It's asking you to stand up for what you believe in and to do what you said you were going to do. That's a huge thing for some of you. You've got to do what you said you were going to do in this situation. Seven of Wands. So this could be love, romance. There aren't any particular love cards on the table, and there aren't any particular career cards yet. Here we go. 4 of Cups. Some of you feel like you have missed an opportunity with that 4 of Cups. You feel, there we go, nice and focused. You feel like possibly this Emperor has influenced you in some way. And if you don't have an Emperor in your life, then this is your own lack of self-discipline that has made you miss this opportunity, or make you feel like you've missed this opportunity. Now, we are going into Mercury retrograde. So many things, so many weird channeled messages going through my head right now. We're going into Mercury retrograde. So that Emperor card is asking you to plow forward with something regardless of whether the energy feels right or not. Now, around Mercury retrograde, we have a whole pile of misinformation, a whole pile of relooking, revisiting, rewatching, reviewing. And the universe might be asking you, again, this is another 4, to try and get your emotional stability ducks in a row, okay? Because it's 4's cups. Cups are emotions, and 4 is stability. So this is asking you about your emotional stability. It might be an idea to start saving up your emotional bank of energy for January. If you are in a situation where you feel massively overwhelmed by this ending, new beginning, the universe is asking you to slip into emotional neutral, okay? Which, this is the Moon in Cancer card, and Cancers are very good at slipping into emotional neutral when they want 2 things, or 2 conflicting ideas are in their head, they don't know which way to go, or they're just basically feeling overwhelmed. As a Cancer, I can say this, we are very good at switching off, turning on the TV, having a box of ice cream, tub of ice cream, whatever, totally distracting ourselves and waiting for the emotion to settle, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of like defensive, this is mine energy going on here. We also get the 9 of Wands. Look at this guy. How similar are these energies? The 7 and the 9. Now, the only thing missing between the 7 and the 9 is the 8, which is the communication. 8 of Wands is fast communication. The communication isn't here, okay? If you're waiting on that Emperor stepping up and committing to you, if this is a love thing, you're going to have to deal with that actual word communication not being there. I'm getting an itchy nose, which means I'm definitely onto something. Yeah, the universe is asking you to put down your big stick of defenses in an emotional way, okay, to yourself. This 9 of Wands is very defensive. But it's much more of a scarce energy. Like, this one's like, I'm gonna fight you, and this one's like, I'm gonna wait and see if you come forward, and if you do, I'm ready to fight you, I'm not sure. This one doesn't feel as confident, okay? Nine of Wands is asking you to really try, and I mean really try, and ask yourself, is this worth the fight? Because if it's not worth the fight, maybe it's better for you. The Emperor is bang in the middle, and that's what all of these are looking at, okay? All of these defensive energies are looking directly at the Emperor. You're waiting on someone stepping up, someone else's commitment, and the universe is saying you might not have, you don't need to wait for it. There's a third way. 2 of Swords. These 2 swords are crossing over each other. Now, this is also a reminder to use your head over your heart. This person is deliberately, like for me, emotions is water. They are out of the water and they are using every other sense, okay? Intuition is strong here. We have a new moon. So we had a new moon on the 23rd of December, I think it was. And we will have another new moon in January, of course, at the 20-something of January. So look out for that. This is signified by the new moon. Around about the new moon, this is all going to start to clear a little bit more, okay? At the moment, with that 2 of Swords, this is the energy of not knowing which way because you don't have all the information yet. Like I said to you, the communication hasn't come through from that Emperor. The communication about this commitment, about this step up hasn't come through, and it's left you wondering where to go and what to do next. Now, when the 2 of Swords is in the upright, for me, normally there is a third way that you haven't thought of. And the reason that you don't have all the information is because someone hasn't told you it yet, they haven't come forward with it yet, or the universe doesn't want you to know it yet. But either way, they're asking you to look. This is a period time of stillness right now. To use your senses that aren't your eyes. That's a really key message for some of you as well, is to not look at what you can see in front of you and instead be looking at what you can feel. Looking at what you can feel, feeling what you can feel. For me, this also is very similar to that too. Both of them, the universe is asking you not to look, okay? This person is not looking and feeling like they're missing a cup. Now, there's a massive correlation here for me. The universe is saying, do not look over this situation like you've missed something, okay? Do not look at this like a missed opportunity, but instead look at it as a way through this situation that you're going to find that third sword, the third way out of this situation. And we get the Moon card. There is your information coming through. Knowledge that you didn't know coming. Now the Moon card, when it goes into the reverse, to me talks almost like a tide, okay? If you imagine a tidal wave coming back in and leaving behind all the little pieces on the ocean that's still left, all the shells, all the other things that are there, and you can finally see things for what they are. That's what that Moon card is, especially when it's in the reverse. For me, it talks about finding out new information from the universe. That's what's coming through. The universe has kept you stuck, almost, so that you can feel your way out of this completion of a cycle, okay? You're going to have to be using your feels here, my lovely Libras. Things are not as black and white as they seem, especially with that Two of Swords energy. That is sword energy. Air energy for you is an energy you would normally rely upon to use your head over your heart. And the universe is saying, hold on a second, wait where you are for this information to come through. Okay, for some of you, you already kind of know what this information is going to be. This is something you might have kept to yourself, or someone else has kept very close to their chest. Four of Pentacles in the upright. So as you see, this person is holding on to every pentacle for dear life. They're like, you're not getting at my pentacles. This can be my money, my time, my effort, whatever it is. This lack of information from this emperor, or from this institution, from this divine masculine, or the lack of commitment from yourself, not only has you a little bit guarded emotionally, but now has you guarded with your finances too. There's a lot of, I'm keeping this to myself. I want things to stay the same. I want things to stay stable. And the universe is saying that's not going to happen. The World card, we are moving on anyway. Even if it doesn't feel like an ending, it's the snake that eats itself, and my end is my beginning, and it is. Okay? Now, the Moon card for me is feminine energy, and the masculine energy is strong in this reading here. You might feel like you can't trust your intuition at the moment, like things are coming from all sorts of directions for you, and that's probably why you're feeling so defensive with that Nine of Wands. So much so, I'm keeping this all to myself, I'm keeping my pentacles to myself, my secrets to myself, my energy to myself, where I'm going next to myself, and the universe is saying that's okay. Now, this has been information someone has kept to themselves. If we look at these three cards together, we have the Two of Swords, not knowing, not having the information, not having the communication, the Moon in the reverse, finding out knowledge, secrets appearing, things being unrevealed, unraveled. And it's in between the Four of Pentacles, some more keep me safe energy. You, I think about this information. It's underneath the Four of Cups. You think about what this information, this hidden information is. You've thought about it before. You kind of anticipated this coming in. That's probably when you are in this Two of Swords energy, not knowing which way to go, balancing out every opportunity or every possible scenario in your head. And the universe is saying to you, maybe keep some things to yourself, okay? At this time, it probably is better if you can keep your emotional security saved and your pentacle money, your your energy saved in as many ways as possible, because you are about to finish a massive cycle. And you are healing. 3 of Swords in the reverse. This is a cathartic card. You are healing from past hurts, past traumas. You're healing from the fact, yeah. You're healing from some kind of past betrayal or past hurt that's kept you in this defensive energy. There's a reason you're in this defensive energy with this person, with this job. It's because they have hurt or betrayed you in the past. That is very clear. And that's why you're like, I'm keeping myself to myself this time until I have this exact communication. Now, as an air sign, you're less relying on your intuition than water signs are. If this was a water sign reading, they'd be like, I'm going for it. I don't need the words. I don't need the communication from the Emperor. I've got that moon card in the reverse. I had the dream. I had the premonition. Now I know. As an air sign, I can see why you're more reluctant to do that. We have the 2 that then goes into the 3, okay? So this lack of information brings you healing in some way, okay? It forces you to fill in some gaps for yourself, which is only human. Some of the gaps you'll fill in accurately and inaccurately. But it comes right before the 4, which is that stability of information. We don't have the stability of information right now. But what you do have is the emotional stability, and at least the power to say to yourself, I'm not going to let this trigger me until I have more information. I'm staying put. Okay, there's very little movement in this card, in these cards. All of these cards, someone is standing still. I'm not moving. It's like a standoff. This is a standoff between you and someone. It's like the ultimate standoff. If you are interested in love, I have some love cards for you. We have, interestingly, soulmate. It says, yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, so that's that divine masculine emperor card. Okay, the divine masculine, if you believe in twin flames, soulmates also are families, people who are massively influencing your life. Soulmates are soul contracts you've had with people. It doesn't need to be in a romantic sense, but this emperor is definitely a soulmate. Okay, if it's you and your lack of commitment stepping up, you need to ask yourself why you're not stepping up, why you're so defensive, and get all of the healing done that you can with yourself so that you can move forward. We also get very soon. There is a waiting energy here, and I said that from the beginning. The universe wants you to wait. They're holding you back, but it is very soon. Okay, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Do some manifestations, have some think about what it is you're asking the universe for, what it is in this situation you want to change so that you feel stable, okay? Because the 2 stabilities we don't have are the information and the 4 of Wands. We also don't have the 4 of Wands, the celebration, the moving forward. Yes, very soon, okay? And the last card we get is flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Now, there isn't a lot of lighthearted energy in this reading, so that's a reminder to do so. A lot of this energy is feeling stingy and stringent, and I'm staying put, and I'm defending myself, and I'm standing up for what I believe in, and I'm buckling down, and I'm getting stuff done, and I'm not letting someone distract me on this, and I'm completing my cycle anyway. Don't forget to have fun in the process. Don't forget to have some sort of light-hearted energy, and that's that moving into emotional neutral, okay? Fine if it happens, fine if it doesn't, okay? Which is a lot easier said than done, I know. Do not get me wrong. What an interesting reading. Ooh. one card flipped itself over. Your oracle card is never ending story. Okay, so for some of you, this is, like I said, that's that cycle, the never ending story. The Ouroboros in the snake is my beginning. Something begins and it starts all at the same time. It feels like one continuing cycle. I want another one, which I normally only do one oracle card. Like I said, some of you might not even feel like this is shifting, and it is. It might feel like a never-ending story. Never-ending story. And we have in this little love heart, yes, no, maybe, and it's constantly spinning. Okay. If you want to get out of this never-ending story, you need to start asking questions. Okay. You need to start standing up for yourself. You need to start standing up for what you believe in, and you need to start asking for the missing information. Why? That's the card we get. The why card. So even if it's not asking, like directly asking, even if it's asking yourself, asking your higher self for some intuition at this time, using what you cannot see. It's not really about what's in front of your face and what you can see. If you're going to use that energy, you're going to come to the wrong conclusions. This is a much deeper inner knowing, okay? And it's a much deeper inner questioning of why that this is happening. The never-ending story. Why is this cycle not broken before? Why is it only beginning to break now? And you need to start, like I said, asking the questions, the missing information, if not to this emperor, but at least to yourself, Libras. Because if this is your soulmate in the upright, this is your soulmate energy, and things are happening very, very soon. You want to be in the energy where you can receive it well, and that you have healed, and that you've asked all yourself the questions that you needed to ask yourself. Okay. Thank you for listening, my lovely Libras. If you'd like a private reading with me, the link is in my description box. There's an online schedule. You can email me, whichever way. If not, I will see you in February or for another reading soon. Namaste.